Hi, fourth grade families. I just wanted to make a quick video to show you how we are doing the box method for long division. It's actually pretty close to the standard algorithm that you and I might have learned in school, but just a little bit different. So with this method, it's really talking about place value. So why we have the box, each box represents like thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. So it's really kind of getting the kids to use that place value knowledge when they divide. So the first step is we take our dividend, which is our larger number, our total, and we put it inside our box. So each digit gets its own place value. And then we take our divisor and we put it out front. So really similar to like that standard algorithm kind of in the shed, that represents the same thing. So another thing that we're having the kids do is what we call a top-bottom chart, or a Tom Brady chart if you're a Pats fan. So top bottom means what are we putting in the top into our quotient, and then what are we going to be subtracting on the bottom. And what it really is a factors and multiples chart. So we're looking at our multiples of 2, whatever our divisor is. So for this one it would be 3, for this one it would be 5. So on the bottom side, that's what we're doing. We're skip counting, finding our multiples of our divisor. We always start with 0. And on our top side, it's going to be the same every time. So that's going to go 0 through 9. And what the top side is going to give us is what's going to go into our quotient. So how many times t times top 2 can fit into 1,293. And then on the bottom, again, these are our multiples. So I'm going to skip count by 2. So 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3, 6. This is another great way to have your child practice their facts. And the goal is to get them to do this without having to look, but you can have them double check. If this feels like it's hard to organize for students, we are kind of telling them to put little dashes or draw lines all the way across. Also, if they need more space for this, always scratch paper works fine. So how we're going to use the top-bottom chart, it's going to really help us. Everything we need is in this chart. So the first question we always ask is how many times can 2 fit into 1? Which means if I have 1,000, can I take that 1,000 and split it into 2 groups if it's one solid 1,000? And the answer is no. I cannot break up that 1,000 if it was $1,000 bill, which I know doesn't exist, but I could not break that bill up. I would have to cut it. So the answer is no. It won't fit in evenly into 2 groups. So on top, I put my 0. On bottom, it can go in 0 times. 0 times 2 is 0, so that's what I'm subtracting. So in the standard algorithm, we would do the same thing. We would put it up top, and then your teacher growing up might have told you to multiply. 0 times 2 is 0, and that's what we subtract. So in that standard algorithm, you would have brought this 2 down to make 12, but instead of that, we bring it up to make 12. So this 1,000 is getting bumped and regrouped to make 1,200s. So now we ask the same question. How many times can 2 go into 12? Or what times 2 gives us 12 or something close to it? So to answer that, I'm going to scan my multiples, and we can have 12. So I'm going to circle it. And that factor of 6 is what goes times 2 to give us 12. So 6 goes on top. 2 can fit into 12 6 times, so I would have 6 hundreds in each group. And I'm going to subtract on the bottom 12. I don't have any remainder this time, so I don't need to bring anything over to my tens. So now I ask my question again. How many times can 2 fit into 9? Or what times 2 gives me close to 9? I know 9's odd, so I know we're going to have a little remainder. So I'm going to scan the closest thing to 9 without going over. So if your child is choosing 10, yes, 10 is close, but it's too big. We only have 9, so we have to go 1 below. So 2 times 4 gives me 8. So up top, it can go in 4 times. So these 9 tens, if I split them into 2 groups, there would be 4 in each group, and I would use up 8 of them. So 2 times 4 is 8, and I have 1 left over. So that 110 is going to bump up and become 13 ones to add on to the 3 that we already had. Ask the question again, how many times can 2 fit into 13? I know, again, 13 is odd, so it's not going to fit in, but I'm going to scan my multiples. What times 2? And your child might already know, like, oh, 2 times 6 is 12, that's close enough. But the top bottom chart just kind of helps reiterate that and show it as a visual. So a lot of students don't like to circle something twice, but we can circle it again, even if you've already used it. That was getting some kids a little stuck. So 2 times 6 gives us 12, which is the closest to 13, and we have 1 left over. This one, if we have nothing else to bump it to, becomes our remainder. So our quotient, we call her our queen quotient, is 646 with a remainder of 1. And now for the check, we take our quotient and we take our divisor, and we want to check to see if we're accurate. So we're going to multiply those. Again, I learned in school to put the little times up there. So 646 times 2, and we're seeing if we get back to our dividend. So there's 2 ways you can do this. You can do the area model, maybe flip the paper, or partial product. So that's the way I'm going to show. And this is also great to practice their multiplication. 2 times 6, 2 times 40, and 2 times 600. 2 times 6 is 12. Another great reason to use the top-bottom chart, all of my facts, 2 times 6, 2 times 4, again, 2 times 6, it's what I circled. So I don't have to go back and think about my facts again. They're already here. All the multiples I need are here. 2 times 4, so we have our 0. 2 times 4 is 8. We have 2 zeros to make our 100. 2 times 6 is 12. Now, I always have the students check, does it equal what you started with? It does not. So check, do you have a remainder? Yes, we do. So we need to add our remainder. I'm running out of space. 1,293. That does match up, so we can check it off and know, that is a 2. We can know that we accurately solved. Please reach out if you have any questions. Feel free to show your child this video as a friendly reminder while they're doing their homework.